Hello, Christopher Nematode, is it? I'm hearing that you're having a rough time. Well, what's been going on? Okay, bedwetting, sensitive P-zone, internal hair growth, extra teeth, blood red gums, and 1-pound warts? Wow, you're really going through a tough time, aren't you? Well, Mr. Nematode, it seems to me that you have a textbook case of Stephen Glover syndrome. Now, this syndrome used to be fatal, but luckily for you, an experimental treatment has recently been approved by the FDA, and you should be just fine. The treatment is known as the Pumpkin Protocol, and we can start step 1 right now. The first step of the protocol is a deep hypnosis that will balance your humors and prepare your colon for the rest of the treatment plan. Please lay back and close your eyes. No, really, close them. Come on, man, seriously. Okay, good. Take a deep breath in. And out. That's in and out. One more time, in and out. Okay, hey, I'll see you in a couple hours.
You love Nick's Big Pumpkin. You like and comment on every Nick's Big Pumpkin YouTube video. Without Nick's Big Pumpkin, you would be nothing. You are a Nick's Big Pumpkin superfan, and you would sacrifice life and limb for Nick and his Big Pumpkin. You are not human. You're a pumpkin. You weigh 1,000 pounds and cannot move. You love potassium and boron, and you hate groundhogs. Raise your right hand now. I hereby pledge my undying allegiance to Nick and his Big Pumpkin, so help me God.
No! Oh, look at this. Hello, I have a bug in my eyes. Oh. Nick's Big Pumpkin, episode 3. You haven't seen me in a while, because like I said, you know, the month of June is pretty boring. As you can see right here, last time you saw them, they were little. They were probably only 8 inches tall. So, come on over here and I'll show you the new anatomy of it. We got some big main leaves. By probably a month from now, the entire plot is going to be filled with just one plant's worth of leaves, so it's going to be crazy. These are the little tendrils. Yeah, so this is basically a vine, and so it needs to be able to crawl over things, pull things out of its way, and that's what the little tendrils are for. I think, like, it's weird, you know, they basically grab onto anything that they can, and I think when they sense something, they just like wrap around it and grab it. And sometimes that's bad because it'll actually like strangle itself. So a lot of the time it's best to just cut those back. I'm not gonna do those now, but here, come in close right here. So this is the main vine right here. It's gonna grow along the ground. Right here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little white pointy thing, and that's gonna be the first root that's coming off of the main vine. So a big thing here is, okay, June there was not much growth, right? These aren't giant, these aren't that impressive. The growth is going to be exponential. And the reason for that is as the vine grows, it's going to put out more of these little roots. More roots means more nutrients, more water, which means more growth, which means more vines, which means more roots, which means more growth. So what we want is we want to get this plant absolutely massive so that it's basically like a energy and water absorbing factory for when the pumpkin comes around. So those are the roots, and if you come in close here, they're barely visible at this point, but these little things right here, those are kind of the baby flowers, you could call them. Those will eventually turn into flowers. Like I said, there's male and female flowers. There's no way to tell what they are at this point, but yeah. Oh, the plant that we're looking at right now, shout out to Nick's Big Pumpkin superfan Jonathan. This is Geppetto. This is the one that you put your money on. And I wanted to say, if anybody else wants to name the plants, go ahead. But there's a decent chance we're gonna kill them. So, you know, maybe you don't want to name them, you don't want to get attached. But yeah, this is Geppetto. And I was a little concerned about it. I was close to pulling it out actually, because, you know, you can't see it anymore, but there was a big crack going down the stem. And I was like, oh my God, this is one of the best plants. Like, what am I gonna do? And I, you know, panicked and Googled it. And apparently you can just bury the cracked part and it'll turn into more roots. So Geppetto lives on. And it's a good thing, because this is kind of bad news, but it's all right. I planted them in that way in the first video, you remember. First true leaf, away from the middle of the pumpkin patch. And the reason for that is it's supposed to grow in the direction opposite of the first true leaf. If you come over here, this is 2 plants, by the way. This is the second plant. It's growing in the exact opposite direction that we wanted. Why is that? I have no idea. And the kind of bad news is, it's very, very difficult to fix. I'm probably gonna take like a pitchfork and go in around and just pull up a giant, you know, 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot cube of dirt, turn it around to try to fix it. That might kill the plant. We'll see though. Geppetto is grown really well. He's grown in the right direction. That one, not so much. The other 2 over here, they're both growing in the same direction, 90 degrees to kind of where I want them. They may be fixable. Hold on, let me show you. All right. Vine training is this idea. Basically, it's as simple as this, where the vine is heading this direction. We don't like that. So today, we're gonna guide the vine. We're only gonna move it maybe 10 degrees a day. So today we're gonna move it 10 degrees that way. And over time, it'll eventually end up going in a direction that we like. It's not ideal. We'd like them going naturally in the right way though. Okay, yeah, so it is late June right now. All that time was just plants growing very slowly. It's gonna take off in exponential growth, and I'm gonna start making videos probably more frequently, because more things are gonna start happening. You're gonna see a lot more growth. Also, you're gonna see a lot more growth because I'm gonna start using special fertilizer that I bought. Okay. Kickapoo Joy Juice. I bought this when I bought the seeds. I don't know what I spent on it, but when they sent it to me, it's like an almost unmarked Ziploc bag full of black powder. I'm surprised that, you know, some agency didn't steal this out because it looks like bomb making equipment. But yeah, 8, 22, 28. Those are the ratios of certain nutrients. I think potassium, nitrogen, and something else. I probably should know that. Every pumpkin grower would know that except for me. But basically, this is, you know, your pumpkin steroids right here. And I'm gonna start feeding all of them that. So let's not make that a theme. I got probably 1.5 gallons of water mixed with 2 tablespoons of this. So it's only right that we give it to Geppetto first. Our #1 hope. Also, let's show this other good one. This is the only other plant that I think it would be smart to put money on if you're a betting man. This is growing in the right direction and it looks really strong. So that one and Geppetto, they're facing in the same direction, so it may come to a head soon. One of them is gonna have to die and we'll see which one. So I'm gonna give each one a little bit. Probably gonna ramp it up slowly over time. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about. Basically that seems like it's it. Yeah, so that was pretty much all of June, kind of boring. We're starting to fertilize, we're starting to vine train. We'll probably do this on camera later, but we're gonna thin out the plants. If it becomes obvious that one of the two on each side is no good and needs to go, what?
I like this angle.
Yeah, I'm not balding that badly yet, so you're not gonna catch anything crazy. Yeah, and one of the two is gonna get cut out, and I'll keep you updated on that. So I wanted to expand a little bit more on vine training. The thing that we did with the plant over here that's going 90 degrees of where I want it to. So the end goal here, the vine is going along the ground. It's gonna travel along very far. Then off of this main vine, you can already see one appearing right here. There's gonna be these secondary vines which come off perpendicular to the main vine. So our kind of end goal is to train these vines or shoot them in different directions so that they fill up this 30 by 30 foot lot with like maximum coverage. We don't want any bare ground or anything because we want maximum energy coming from the sun. So that's kind of the goal of this. And we're gonna cut, okay, off the secondary vines, there's tertiary vines, which are just more vines coming off the secondary vines. I've heard those are no good. I've let them grow in the past. It gets kind of out of hand if you let them keep going like that. So this year I'll probably cut the tertiary vines. So that's pretty much it for June. Nothing that exciting happened other than a little bit of, beginning development. The growth is going to be exponential from here though. So next video will probably be in 2 weeks. We're going to have to start thinning out, how many plants we have. We have 8 now. We're definitely going to have to thin down to 4. So I'll keep you updated on that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
I don't think